Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am James Phoenix, and welcome to yet another weekly Around the Pound. Joining me for this week's Around the Pound, we have from the Mole Hole and assorted subsidiaries, as well as XGR, Chris the Mole.
Thank you.
And over there from the Gaming Grotto, Anastasia Laserbeam, Pew Pew.
Hi. You're so funny.
It wasn't me, it was our audience.
Exactly.
Hi, audience. It feels great to be back here on YouTube.
He would do
With
that too.
Stacey. Anastasia Lacebeam, just $9.99.
Wow, she's that cheap? Okay.
I'm not gonna be that cheap. I might as well come with a coupon.
There you go. Or resist the urge to make a dirty joke here and just move on.
You're so cheaply produced, I thought EA published you.
Oh!
Okay, no, I'm
That was
kidding.
good. That was good. Oh, that was good.
I'm kidding, it's not that bad.
Indeed. Now, unfortunately, as you may have noticed, our very good friend Marcus Shadow could not be here this week. As you may have also noticed, Joan Rivers passed away. Not indicating anything. Just saying.
Coincidence? They're both missing?
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, she died the other day.
I know. But it's a recurring joke. We have to do that
It's
now.
a recurring joke off air. He doesn't like it on air.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Well, fair enough. We'll see you next week, Marcus. So anyway, let's do this thing. We've of course got some news, some catch up, and other good stuff like that there. So, I guess I'll start it off on the news. The first news I have is that he's been teasing being in it for a while now, but we finally got confirmation this week that The Rock will be in the Shazam movie, and he will be playing Shazam's nemesis, Black Adam, who he stated will be portrayed as more of an anti-hero than an outright villain.
To be fair, it makes sense for him to be treated as an anti-hero based on his motivations and stuff. He was never a flat-out villain. He was more like a villain who had good motivations, he just didn't do it in the right way.
Fair enough.
But I could totally see I could totally see DC using him as the answer to Marvel's cinematic version of Loki. So it would be DC's, basically the Justice League continuity's Loki, where he mixes in multiple films for the Justice League stuff. I could totally see that with The Rock.
That could be good. Yeah, that would work well. It'll be interesting to see who they end up casting as the titular hero, Shazam, down the road. But I can see The Rock was initially rumored for both parts, but I think he's going to do better as Black Adam, because I think he looks a little more the role. And I think it'll be fun to see The Rock portray a not-so-squeaky clean character as opposed to most of the outright heroes he's played in his movies.
See, ironically, I was on the opinion he should be Shazam more.
Really?
He has more of that likability to him and stuff that even when he is a villain or the bad guy of stuff, you kind of always want to cheer him. And I'm like, okay, based on how Shazam was, where he grows up to like the kid into the thing and the elements he has, I thought The Rock could do Shazam better. However, I still think he'll be a great Black Adam.
Fair enough.
Indeed.
What do you think, Anastasia?
I think I named my snakes in World of Warcraft after them. Thanks to Mole.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
What are some of the other names you've named?
Since you asked, with Marble's input, and because the censor is stupid, there is Cum Dumpster and Net Liquor.
And Bukaki.
And Bukaki, because the censor would allow that, but apparently naming your people the Flash or Blackadder is not allowed.
Copyright. Anyway, let's go over to the Mole for the next piece of news.
Well, since James started off by mentioning it, a little tastelessly, but still, we had Joan Rivers passed away earlier. At the age of, I believe she was 81. And she spanned a 60-year career in entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And
pretty
like it says here, younger generations will know her witty red carpet fashion critiques on her stint on Celebrity Apprentice. However, older people obviously will know her as Dot Matrix, Princess Vesper's loyal robotic sidekick, and Spaceballs. So yeah, Joan Rivers will be missed.
And I will just say that she was one of the funniest people around, regardless of the role you knew her in. I think somebody made the joke. I think it was I want to say it was Seth Meyers on his show, but I can't remember. Basically, made the joke that if she were here right now, this is like the night that the news broke. He said if she were here right now, she would make a joke about the fact that she just died, and everybody would be okay with it because it would be funny.
Yep.
So she will be missed, and it's worth mentioning that her funeral was one of the most star-studded affairs in a long time. People from the actors, comedians, fashion moguls, models, everybody showed up at that thing.
A little
Well,
surprised.
yeah, a lot of
No,
people.
I'm a little surprised people saying it's the most star-studded event in a while, because it's been like what, less than a month since Robin Williams passed away. I kind of thought celebrities would have given a shit. Guess not.
Well, I think the difference being there is that Joan Rivers actually had a big public funeral. Robin Williams did not.
And also, she didn't kill herself.
There's also that.
Yeah. But I don't know if the other part. At one point, she had stated her supposed wishes for her funeral. I don't know if they had the fan to give her windblown hair in the coffin, or Meredith Streep crying in 5 different accents happened. But I do know that they did say that Howard Stern read the eulogy.
Fair enough.
So apparently, it was a very nice ceremony. A lot of people got together, and it was just the kind of ceremony that appropriate for someone like Joan Rivers. I think she would have approved. So you will be missed, Joan. Stacey, anything to say?
I'm just thinking about her age and what parts of her are like less than that age, and she's great. She's funny. A little odd looking, but she's funny. It's on the inside that counts.
Pot Cal. I'm sorry, was I not supposed to say pot kettle about odd looking Stace? My bad. With your massive hat.
At least like all my parts look like they match. I mean, but it's fine.
You don't. Your head looks like it's taken from a much larger person.
Sure.
She's traded with Marcus Shadow. His head looks like it came from a much smaller person, which shouldn't be physically possible.
Yeah. But
anyway,
back to our lovely hostess.
Anyway, moving on. Next piece of news I have is that, of course, with how much freaking money and how much success the movie Frozen had, there was inevitably going to be some type of follow-up. However, rather than a full-on movie, there's going to be a short film.
To be fair, there probably will be another movie.
Oh yeah,
Disney tends to do a lot of shorts, like the Toy Story ones and stuff, but it doesn't impact like Toy Story 3 or something.
Yeah, this is going to be it's called Frozen Fever.
Is it gonna have songs in it?
And we'll have at least one new original song written by the songwriting duo couple that wrote Let It Go. According to this, all the characters are set to return. Whether their voice actors will also be returning, we don't know yet, but hopefully. Instead, that what's going to happen, the plot is as follows, quote, "It's Anna's birthday, and Elsa and Kristoff are determined to give her the best celebration ever. But Elsa's icy powers may put more than just the party at risk."
Wow, that sounds like a Full House episode.
Yeah.
So, okay, and another thing is, I don't know. isn't Idina Menzel like hard to get a hold of? Like she wouldn't be able to do like a regular thing. I mean, just because it's a short, you could get her. But if you had like a bunch of them, like it'd probably be more difficult for her to like do the big recurring shorts.
I said it depends on who it is, because for a lot of, for people who are well known for characters that they want to have, you know, big companies like Disney can make it work. I mean, they've done things for people before where, you know, they will just have that person record their dialogue wherever they are, like set up a little recording thing and have them record wherever they are, and just then take it to go edit it and put it in the movie. I mean, done it before, but yes, the film will include a new original song from Robert Lopez and Kristen Anderson Lopez, the husband and wife songwriting duo behind Let It Go. The information was revealed during the ABC broadcast of the story of Frozen, making an animated classic, which was on earlier in the week.
I will say that's kind of cool. Something else for me to avoid.
Indeed, indeed.
Who will be singing the song?
We don't know. They just said there will be a song.
Oh. It's going to be another one by the Snowman.
Also, however, for those who simply can't wait to sing or rather scream along to the soundtrack, a sing-along Frozen DVD is due out in November.
Finally, I can't wait! Oh my god, pre-order that shit!
Although not confirmed, reports suggest that Frozen Fever may be shown in cinemas prior to screenings of Kenneth Branagh's live-action Cinderella movie next March.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough.
So there you go.
Kenneth Branagh's awesome.
He is. Alright. So while Stacey goes to pre-order that DVD, let's go back over to Mole.
Okay. Nintendo, if you ever heard of them, small little startup company, Nintendo, of Japan, has confirmed on its 3DS support page that Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS will not support the Circle Pad Pro, known as the Silver Pad or Slide Pad expansion. Attachment for the current 3DS and 3DS XL handhelds. However, there's more. Smash Bros. 3DS will, however, take a full advantage of the C button on the redesigned new 3DS and the new 3DS XL, both of which also feature extra set of shoulder buttons. Super Smash Bros. Brawl for Wii supported a variety of control options, controllers, second analog sticks like GameCube control pad, classic control pad, and various other ones. And basically, it's cool to see what they're going to do with this, because Smash Bros. With multiple controls is always cool, because play it the way you want. And if you're better with the, if you're better with, like, say, the gamepad on the other one than you were with the Wiimote, fuck it, you use the gamepad, it's cool.
There you go.
More shit I have to buy.
You don't have to buy.
The new 3DS with like all that amazing shit. Yeah, I have to buy it.
Don't have to. No one's like gun to your head and saying you have to buy this.
They already did. They came and broke into my house and drilled the hole in my brain and put their evil ideas in it.
Yeah. But on that note, I believe it's back to Jim.
It is, for my final tidbit here, and thank you, Mole, for providing me with this. But in a precedent-setting deal, the first streaming video-on-demand deal for the broadcast series before its premiere has been made. Netflix came to an agreement with Warner Brothers Worldwide Television Distribution for the rights to the upcoming Batman prequel series, Gotham, to be premiering on Fox in a few weeks. Netflix will become the exclusive subscription video-on-demand home of Gotham in the U.S., as well as in each of the territories in which Netflix operates. I believe the deal was for somewhere between $1.75 million and $2.75 million an episode, which on the higher end of that would actually put it over the previous record-breaking amount of money paid for Blacklist, as mentioned on last week's Round the Pound.
Yep.
Netflix is streaming.
Is that the one where it's like young? Was it Gordon and stuff?
Yes.
Yes.
And
That's exactly what Blacklist is.
Wait, oh, what?
Anyway, so basically, Netflix is streaming Gotham will follow the usual model for TV series, with seasons appearing close to when the last season aired. So if Gotham gets picked up for season 2, season 1 will start airing on there sometime, likely in September 2015. Stay tuned. Back to Mo.
Okay, next I will take the smaller of the two newsies. And in case you wonder why there's video game news here by me this week, more than usual, it's because on XGR this week we're only going to be doing one bit of news each and one catch-up each as we continue with our award month. Whoop, stay tuned. It's coming. But Activision has announced Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Danger at the Ooze, a new side-scrolling action-adventure title, heading to the PS3, 360 and 3DS later this year. In development at Way Forward, the upcoming game is designed to span the gap between Seasons 2 and Season 3 at the TMNT current show that is currently airing on Nickelodeon. Danger at the Ooze sees Shredder, Tiger Claw, and a band of mutants take to the streets of New York, forcing our trusty turtles to fight back. The game will apparently be built around a vast, interconnected, non-linear game world which rewards exploration and creative thinking.
Cool.
That sounds cool.
Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, and Michelangelo will all be playable and can be swapped between freely as the adventure goes on. And as you would expect, each has their own unique strengths and stats.
So this will be like a Turtles game that works.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, there's been loads of Turtle games that work.
Oh, okay, the last one I got was kind of buggy as hell.
Yeah, there's a ton of Turtle games that work, just not one in the last 10 years.
Yeah, there's been a few. But anyway, it's a case of, it sounds more like your Castlevanias or your Metroids in terms of how it will play more than it does the traditional just go from left to right beating shit up approach, which that's kind of cool. I like that.
Nice.
And my final bit of news, which is my big news, the news I'm most happy for. Supergirl is currently being shipped out from DC. The series will actually be shipped basically to other networks. And originally it was reported that someone else was involved, apparently they're not. Because apparently, earlier stories were saying Michael Green was behind the project. And he stated he has no involvement, however. They do say Supergirl is in active development with Greg Berlanti, one of the executive producers of Arrow and Flash, involved teaming Aldi Elder from Chuck, yay, love Chuck, The Normal and Glee, and it says they previously worked together on No Ordinary Family. Deadline also notes DC's Jeff Johns is expected to be involved and that it will be a new interpretation of the Supergirl character and her story. It's expected that the Supergirl series will go to the networks by Warner Bros. TV in the weeks to come. Same progress that saw Fox nab Gotham. And they also say Supergirl show doesn't have a name yet, but I hear the producers are considering several options that need to be cleared, including Super and Girl. So yeah, your Supergirl TV show.
Yay!
And as I mentioned to the others, this show always makes no sense to me. One element of this makes no sense. I'm looking forward to this show. I mean, the second that was announced, I literally... But it was a case of the reason it makes no sense to me is why is it being shipped to other networks? Let's break it down for a second and look at Supergirl as a property and as a whole. We have a teenage girl with superpowers, sci-fi-ish fantasy elements, cool, drama with her and her co-stars and stuff, her discovering who she is and how her powers work and all that, yay. And bits of action mixed with a bit of comedy. How is this not on CW? We also lost Pew Pew. But how is this not on CW?
Because they probably remember what happened the last time they put a Kryptonian on that network.
Yeah, but they also put Arrow and Flash on that network and it worked. Welcome back, Pew Pew.
Yes, because they're not overpowered Kryptonians. They're realistic people.
To be fair, Smallville series 1 to 4 was not that bad. And some people liked some of the later series. Personally, I did not like it after series 4, but it wasn't entirely bad, if that makes sense, afterwards. But 1 to 4 was brilliant. And if you could get a Smallville show which is basically along the lines of your Vampire Diaries or your Buffy's and stuff, of like the teenage girls fighting and stuff. It'd be awesome. I'd totally watch it.
Fair enough.
But yeah, welcome back, PewView, and you're missing your nameplate, doodad.
I'm getting that up there.
I don't know. We've replaced Marcus with Anastasia Lacebeam, and yet again, another one of our co-hosts have difficulty getting it up.
Mm-hmm.
See, what I did there was I said one thing, but I actually meant another.
Mm.
I know, where did they come up with this?
That was good. That's not unusual. I mean, when guys are on stage, they usually have trouble getting it up.
Whoop.
You must know from experience, your mother's probably very dissatisfied with your lovemaking lately.
It's a terrible comeback.
That was. Catch up!
All right, then.
Well, that was the end of my news. We've discussed Supergirl and asked why is it on CW. Let's just move on.
Oh, so fair enough. So, moving on to the catch-up.
Moving on.
Read more of it. Getting close to the end. I know you'll be happy to know. You'll be happy to know I got an actual bookmark.
Too little, too late. You poser. You reading poser. So I suppose you probably rented it from a library too, instead of going to like an actual bookstore, picking it up, knowing you own it, knowing the smell coming off those pages was your own. You poser. You hipster reading poser, you.
Yeah.
You
Anyway,
could have made your own bookmark.
I could have, but I didn't.
He did, out of a used condom. After that, the library wouldn't lend him books anymore.
You have problems. Anyway,
Like my pages keep sticking together.
exactly. Anyway, so Kingdom Keepers 3, it's getting really good. They're running around the Disney Hollywood Studios at Epcot. This particular adventure. There's always, like I said, a lot more riddles and things to solve, and they expanded two of the two girls that were working with them that weren't part of the original 5 were now added to the thing that lets them be part of the group and be the holograms. So now they're up to 7. And it's just, the characters really developing with each other. They're becoming more of a group. They're becoming more of characters themselves, which is really fun. And the adventure's just getting more intense and really getting into it. So also, they're building up the one thing in here that I heard was mentioned is that the main character, Finn's mother, kind of figures out what's going on. And so she kind of becomes like their adult ally that covers for them and shit. So that's kind of being developed here as well.
That's cool.
Yeah. But they're kind of in suspense right now because they're all in the park, but they've run into the problem of when they go into they fall asleep, they wake up as holograms in the Disney park, like I said. But in order to go back to their bodies, they have to press this button, this little device. And the device, they hid the device, so somebody found it, and it's locked in the park, lost and found, which as holograms, they can kind of reach through, but they can't pull the solid thing back out with them. And all the drawers that would have had the keys to that thing are also locked. So there's no way to get the thing out. So they're kind of stuck in hologram form all night, which is unusual because if their parents go to try to wake them up, they're not going to be able to wake them up because they're going to be stuck in their hologram form. It's a situation that they call Sleeping Beauty syndrome.
Is there like a time difference, like 5 minutes?
I just refer to it as roofies.
How?
No, but I mean like 5 minutes of sleep could be like an hour in the real world because your mind processes what's happening in the dream so much faster.
Time passes the same way.
Really?
Yeah, it's just basically sort of like you go to sleep and your body is resting, but your consciousness is transferred into your holographic body type thing.
Oh, see, that's not how I dream. My dreams are always like hours and hours compared to like minutes on the real world. Because I'll admit, like Pew Pew, I also dream in bullet time.
Ah.
I was thinking more like Inception, but.
And I dream inside my dream.
Inside a fire truck, inside a Taco Bell, inside your dream.
Yep.
I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, it's getting really good. Again, check out the series; it's out there. Good stuff. Like I said, we'll see if they.
It still affects him.
It's.
I had to do it once per recording. I don't know why.
Pretty much.
Well met.
Anyway, so yeah, it's pretty good so far. References to Disney things. There was a U2 reference in here that was fun. So
Did you say YouTube or U2?
no, U2 the band. It was a joke.
Nice.
But yeah, so good stuff happened in the books. Like I said, they're hopefully they'll develop the one, Finn's mother knowing about exactly that this is real and believing them. Hopefully they're gonna find their mentor Wayne. Their mentor Wayne's daughter showed up. His daughter Wanda, and she's kind of helping them a little bit now. So we're gonna see. Are they gonna get Wayne back? How's that? How's it gonna play out? What's gonna happen? So
See, what should happen is the same thing that happened in real life. The parent needs to be like, wait, so let me get this straight. When you go to sleep, yeah, you think you and your friends are fighting Disney villains and you think they're real and they're going to affect you and hurt you? Yeah. Okay, cool. I believe you. Kid comes home from school, every piece of Disney merchandise has been thrown out, and he's now seeing a psychiatrist.
Except that the thing is, they kind of have proof because anything that happens to them in their holographic forms, because they're not totally holograms, also happens to their bodies. So let's say you're running through. So let's say you're getting chased by the animatronic pirates of the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. If one of them attacks you with a sword and it cuts your arm's going to have a cut when you wake up.
So it's Freddy Files.
Something like that.
So you're not only crazy, but you're also hurting yourself in your sleep. Wow. That's even better.
He's coming for you.
Yeah.
It's the padded room for you.
Yeah. Well, theoretically, there's an easy way to prove it. Just have somebody go into the Disney parks at midnight and wait for them to wake up as their holograms, and there they'll be, and you'll have proof. But anyway.
Wait, actually, like in the Disney park for reals, or just in their dream?
No. I mean, literally, they go to sleep. Let me think. The premise to this is that what happened is they were chosen to be DHIs, or Disney Host Interactives. So they went to, you know how like when you're going to be in a CGI movie and they put you in the big green suit with the shit on it and they make you do stuff?
Yeah.
They
so
did that.
Technical.
Yes, isn't it? I'm talking to Stacey. I have to be not technical. Anyway, so they scanned them up and they recorded their voices. They put all this in the computer with the idea of, they're making holographic versions of them to be hosted in the park, to be computerized. People can guide people through the parks and show them things and answer questions and do stuff like that. That was the purpose of being chosen for the program. But Wayne, who was like the first or the oldest Imagineer that's still around, added this program that would, when they go to sleep, make them wake up physically with their consciousness physically in the bodies of their holograms within the actual Disney parks.
So if there was some creepy like hobo like hiding out in there and like a pen bench or something, they would see a bunch of kids and hologram kids running around?
Yes, exactly. And they've run this issue before because occasionally in the middle of the night there are Disney workers in the park testing the rides and fixing shit. So, and not only that, they're also going to see, again, they're going to see things like the animatronic rides coming to life, chasing them around like it's at the museum, because that happens. Although they don't see the Overtakers, who are the bad guys, who are the actual Disney villains who exist, but they can only be seen by the DHIs because of their special hologram form. Also, if Finn Whitman wanted to prove it, he pretty easily could, because the rest of them haven't quite mastered it yet. But Finn Whitman has mastered the ability to turn into his holographic form while he's awake. So, yeah, he can just, literally his body turns into his hologram form. He mastered that shit, so.
So he can just, like, steal shit now?
Well, it takes a lot of concentration to maintain it, but if he wanted to, yes.
Okay.
Cool. He can do that. So that's pretty cool. And plus, like I said, the two girls that just began into the group are called Fairlies. They're fairly normal girls, and they have powers. Like the one has like visions of the future, and the other one has like telekinesis and can move shit around. So they could just, telekinesis chick could just demonstrate her powers if they wanted to prove it. So But yeah, so it's getting really good. Check out the series. Hopefully, I'll have this one finished by the end of the week, and I'll start in book 4, and there will be an update for you at that point. The only other thing I've done this week is I, of course, as mentioned last week, been playing the Lego Harry Potter. Yes, it still has a sticker on it. Get over it, Mole. Really fun game. I'm into the yeah. There's a second sticker. You
need to be shot. You're up where we're fucking Hitler.
Yeah.
I second that.
Oh, fuck you. Anyway, so I'm up to the nearing the end of the Chamber of Secrets portion of the game, so about halfway through. Really fun. I like a lot of learn the different Lego spells and do things with them. You can construct things, destroy things, stuff like that. You know, you can unlock all the characters, play as the characters, do fun stuff like that. All the different cool things. So very fun. Check it out. Good stuff. I was hoping to. I will mention I finished. I don't have it with me because I had to return it, but I finished reading the graphic novel Batman Justice League Beyond in Gods We Trust, which was really good. We learned the origins of the future beyond Flash, who is a black chick, so that's cool. She's the Flash in the future, and she can talk to the other Flashes in her head, which is kind of neat, because Speed Force. Yeah, I got more face palms at that.
I thought that was...
Because magic, there you go.
Yeah. So there was that. We also know the origins a little bit more about the new Green Lantern, Cairo, who is a Buddhist. He was raised as one of the children that thought might be the next Dalai Lama, but then he wasn't, and he got thrown out because some other chick betrayed them, and so he ended up because you know how when they choose the Dalai Lama, if you don't know the actual real world traditions, is when they try to find the reincarnation of the Dalai Lama when the last one dies, they find some young people who could be, and they bring out a tray of items. What?
Am I right? To find the next Dalai Lama, what they do is they find a load of young people. They get them to go onto TV and compete with a series of judges, one of which is normally sarcastic, one of which is nice, and one sort of in the middle. And every week people get to vote it out until they become America's next top llama.
That would be funny, but no. They bring them in they find a few and they have them live with them for a couple of years, be among learn the traditions, and when they take it and they've reached the point to take a test, they bring out a tray of items that belong, some of which belong to the previous Dalai Lama, some of which did not, and they wait for the child to pick up an item, and if they pick up an item that belonged to the previous Dalai Lama, they take that as a sign that that person is meant to be the reincarnation of the Dalai Lama and it should be in the role. And somehow one of the items on the tray was a Green Lantern ring, and it chose him and made him the Green Lantern.
Okay, so the Avatar.
Pretty much. So he became the Green Lantern. We learned a little more about let's see who else joined the team in this one. We found out what happened to Shazam. Because in one of the Cairo stories, he gets kidnapped by this evil school that trains kids with superpowers to be evil or something. I don't know if that sounds familiar to you, Mo.
I just love the description. Evil or something.
Yeah, pretty much. So they he gets taken to this academy that they whatever this is, something academy, and they try to brainwash him and to make him evil. And he meets this girl who they get themselves in trouble and they're going to be brainwashed again and completely just no memory except the pain and the evil and whatever. And they go to do this and it doesn't. It sort of works. It doesn't quite work on Cairo, but it works on the girl, and they're all upset. And before this, he teaches her. Before they get brainwashed, he teaches her how to meditate. And says, "Oh, she's like, I see this garden and this peace." He's like, "Keep that. That's gonna be important. You'll know what it means at the time or whatever." And a little later on in the book, there's a point where the Justice League shows up to break him out of this school because they know he's being held captive there. And they attack the school. Superman's not there, but Batman is there. Flash Girl, the what's that dude's name? The fucking the current Hawkman, Warhawk. He's there. He's the son of Green Lantern, John Stewart, and Hawkgirl. If you didn't know. And there's the other one on the group. The Green Lantern's captive. Who else was there? Flash Girl, Batman. The Hawkeye. Oh, and Big Barda, who kind of takes the Wonder Woman role, being a semi-god and woman and powerful and whatnot. And they break in, they start this fight, and there's this part where the Justice League starts getting their ass kicked by the superpowered kids. And the girl is stops herself from attacking and falls out and grabs her head, and she sees the garden in her head. And she's like, "Oh, my head," and she hears this voice. And this voice in her head saying, "Now is the time, say your name." And she's like, "Mary?" Like, "No, say your other name." And she's like, "Shazam!" It was Mary Marvel, and there's fucking Shazam, and he just starts beating the crap out of people. And it turns out that apparently the deal with Shazam in the future is that all the different incarnations are within the one person. There's Billy Batson, there's Shazam himself, there's Mary Marvel's in there, Black Adam is in there somehow, and the old Wizard Shazam are all in there, and they all come out at random times. The person transforms into them at random times with a lightning thing. So kind of weird, but interesting. So we get Shazam joining the team. In the last story, which is focused primarily on Superman, it was the conclusion of the Superman Beyond arc. Superman gets attacked by Lobo because Lobo is, I guess, immortal or something. I don't know that much about Lobo.
He's Lobo.
Yeah, pretty much. So it turns out Lobo was hired by this alien race, the name of which I can't remember. But there was this alien race, and they tell the story of how they were at peace and they had these cute cat pets, but then evil Superman came and he turned the cat creatures against them and they became evil and started terrorizing them and ruining their society. And they want revenge on Superman for doing this. And they send some of the aliens come and they kidnap Superman after Lobo kicks his ass. Because they hire Lobo, because Lobo knew how to get Superman. So they hire Lobo and Lobo kicks the crap out of Superman. Despite Martian Manhunter showing up to help him because I guess Martians don't age or that much. So he goes to see Martian Manhunter trying to find out why are these aliens trying to kidnap me. But then Lobo kicks his ass and the aliens do successfully kidnap him. And they go back to his planet. And it turns out that when Superman was young and naive and wearing the red and blue instead of the white and black that he wears in the future, because future, he went to this planet that was made up of the race of the aliens who are intelligent-looking technology-advanced aliens and these cat creatures that were being used as slave labor. And he was very disgusted by the use of them as slave labor, so he helped the majority of them get free. And turns out, being young and naive, Superman didn't understand the gravity of the situation. Because what happened was, number one, there were more cat creatures there, and they were basically the females were being turned into baby factories to make more slaves. And also the fact that these cat creatures were all, for the most part, in like a childhood or a slightly almost adult form, but not quite. And that the cat creatures grew into these big-ass muscular monster things and started seeking revenge to destroy the alien race that enslaved them and shit, and they viewed Superman as a god and a hero. So he basically started this civil war on this planet that killed billions of people. So Superman's like, wow, I kind of screwed that up. So he tries to stop the civil war, it doesn't work, and at one point the technology alien race tries to set off a nuke, or whatever their version of a nuke is, something that would kill the cat people, but at the same time could kill the whole planet. And Superman and the Justice League show up at the last minute, and they randomly show up with Starfire, who is alive, and hits on people and had her character destroyed for some reason. Anyway, so they show up and they fight off some bad guys. Well, not bad guys, but they fight both sides in the Civil War to try to stop it. Trying to convince the one scientist guy who invented the nuke thing, who kind of doesn't agree with this whole war, but the military guy that's his boss is like, you have to fight. And the head cat guy who is like, we will kill this evil bastard who imprisoned us, and his wife, who is more gentle, is like, maybe the war isn't the right thing for us. And they managed to stop the war. And Superman explained, I was wrong. I didn't understand the full gravity of the situation. But you can either destroy each other or find a way to live in peace. I think after all these years, because this was like 50 years ago, it's time to put this war behind you. It's time to to be at peace. And I'm sorry I caused all this on your planet. And they kind of agree that this is we're gonna destroy each other if we don't stop this. We need to stop and try to be at peace with each other and try to work together to this planet to be at peace. And they kind of put the differences aside and saved the day. And then in one of the weirder things, Superman asks Starfire to stay around and be in the Justice League because he's inviting everybody to be in the fucking thing now. And he invites Starfire to be in the Justice League, like, we could really use someone like you around. And this is on the last page, and Starfire's response is, if you wanted a date, you could have just asked. I'm like, you realize how much older than you he is, right? I know Tamarinians don't age that much, but still.
Didn't she have like that thing with Robin, or was that just the show?
She had a thing with Dick Grayson at one point. Although at this point in time, he's really old and gray hair and has an eye patch and a bullet in his spine because Batman fucked up. So.
Yeah, it is stupid to just invite anyone into the Justice League. Proof DCUO sucks.
Pretty much. They pretty much put everybody in there. So, anyway, to recap, the Justice League now consists of Superman, Martian Manhunter as the two remaining original members, Terry McGinnis Batman, Warhawk, Flash Girl, Big Barda, Green Lantern Cairo, Starfire, and that everybody, I guess, only 8 of them. Okay, I miscounted. So 8 of them are in the league now. And I know in the upcoming Justice League Beyond stories, Wonder Woman comes back from where she's been hiding, so we'll see how that plays out. That graphic novel will be coming out in October, so sometime in that month I will be giving you around the power recapping that one when I get a hold of it. Yeah, so that should be interesting to see. If you're wondering, Mo, you might get the reference. Apparently Wonder Woman has been in the world of the Justice Lords.
Fair enough.
So, she's been over there. We're going to find out what happened over there and how things went down. So that should be fun. Stay tuned. That is my recap for the week. I haven't done much else, unfortunately. I wish I had done more, but I didn't get to do much else because I watch wrestling.
Okay. That's enough. I don't think I can handle anymore.
Hey, you're the guest. We invited you to be here. We can throw you back out, too.
Okay.
Mo,
Mhm.
Yes.
What did you
do this week?
Okay, first of all, and I'm going to use a series of props for this one. It's back.
Ladies and gentlemen, Carrot Top Mole.
First of all, as they did in the show, you put the card in. Then, after they've used them, they pull out these, which is that style morpher and the key. Where's the morpher on this picture? I believe it's there. They pull out them. Super Mega Force, it's aired now in the UK. Which, that's pretty cool. So yeah, the first 6 episodes have aired. So far, I've been enjoying all 6 episodes. I mean, they're pretty good, so yeah, check that out. Next, I want to discuss...
Hang on, Mo. Before you move on, since you don't have it, allow me to prop demonstrate for you.
Fair enough. But yeah, like I said, they used the old morpher and they used this one for the super thing where they put the keys in, boom, they transform into the forms of previous Rangers.
Indeed.
Which that's kind of cool. I like how they've explained it. I like how the stuff does, and I'm gonna say if Marcus is listening, I actually preferred the Lion Zord in the Wild Force episode. Just saying. But yes, like I said, I've been playing this week as well.
That's Zombies Garden Warfare.
Yep, which is an awesome game. I know Pew Pew's been playing it recently because I played her today. Since they've heard me talk about it on this and also on WXR, did you want to kick off Plants vs Zombies discussion, Pew?
Oh, yeah, it's pretty awesome. It really reminds me of TF2 like so much. And when I went in the store, they didn't even describe it. They said it was like, I don't even know what they described it as. But it wasn't TF2. They said, I don't even remember what they said.
So I feel like they need to ask, in a Plants vs Zombies world, what is the spy?
There is none.
There is no spy. The classes are basically soldier types, tank types, healer types, and what's the other one?
Is it engineer, or is that healer still?
You got the engineer on the other team as well, which engineer and one team has an engineer, one has the complete opposite of an engineer.
Demolition?
One has a giant plant that one hit swallows you.
How?
Yuchi style.
Nice.
But yeah, it's
Right.
Team Fortress, like Stacey said, it's Team Fortress 2. The only difference between this and Team Fortress 2 is people play this properly.
Oh.
And no spies.
No, that wasn't me just taking the piss. Like, if you go on to the game mode of Gnome Bomb, which is like Capture the Flag, if you play Capture the Flag on Team Fortress, people hide the flags and then just play never-ending death matches and then they use the excuse of, well, the maps are better for deathmatch. It's like, fuck off. Whereas if you play Gnome Bomb on this, which is sort of like Capture the Flag, guess what? People go for the flag.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer people playing games properly.
Mm-hmm. That's why half of the campaigns on DCO are fucked up, because you go in there to try to play a capture the flag match, but the problem is it's a matter of you win by points, and you get like like 30 or 40 or 50 points for capturing the flag, but you could also get 10 points per kill. And a lot of the teams would rather just spawn camp and just get all the points by kills instead of playing capture the flag.
Yep. But yeah, that was pretty cool. Although going back to what I was discussing before, because I moved on faster, and I realised I didn't get a chance because you were busy putting your stuff away. What did you think of the first 6 episodes of Super Mega Force, Jim?
I liked them. I was very impressed by Super Mega Force. I thought they did a good job with some of the nostalgia. They did. What was the last episode you saw, Mo?
I've seen from the first one up to Casey.
Okay, yeah, the Casey and the Samurai and Jungle Fury episodes were my favorite so far. They were very well done with the returning Rangers and the way they worked a lot of that in. So I really liked how they set that up. I thought they did a great job developing the characters, and the Megaforce characters, the Super Megaforce characters, really seem like they're actually friends and everything, which is something we haven't had in a little while. I thought the Samurai Rangers kind of felt a little disjointed, so having these Rangers, I thought it's done great. And especially in Super Megaforce, they've worked in the legendary powers very well. A little lackluster explanation on the part of the Dire Ranger powers, but for the most part, they've explained it really well. The Rangers have warmed up to it.
Sentai suits.
Yeah, and the other Sentai suits. But for the most part, they worked it really well. They've explained, the characters are, being developed more as they go through the series. So we're seeing more of how they're reacting to these new powers and what they're doing. Yeah. They're developing the Jake and Gia relationship, et cetera, and just really pushing it forward. Although, also for anyone who is confused as to why the Black Ranger became the Green Ranger, I'm told that there is an explanation for that.
Fair enough. But yeah, I was saying, my complaints were, A, the Sentai suits being used, and B, I will admit my favourite episode is the Blue Ranger episode. I loved that one. The Casey episode I loved up until the ending.
Mm-hmm.
The ending pissed me off. Where they go back, and then if they go back, and it's like, where's Casey? And suddenly the guy goes, I'm sorry, no Casey's ever worked here, and just goes off. And then you're like, wait, so he happened to know exactly where the Rangers were going to go on their time off, exactly which animal they were going to see, exactly where they were going to stand so they'd see him, and placed himself there perfectly as a member of staff and none of the security of this establishment. Thought, hey, wait, he doesn't work here? Really?
Mm-hmm.
That just seemed forced. I didn't like that. Up until then, up until that one little ending, it was a great episode, though. I loved that. I did not even that fussed on Casey, but I liked seeing him back.
Yeah,
I didn't like Jaden and Samurai. He was kind of cool and I noticed he wasn't in Red.
He wasn't.
He was in like a brand, which I thought was kind of cool, and you got a sense he was more relaxed than he was in Samurai. I like that.
Yeah. And I do like the fact that I think that the only thing I didn't like about that Jungle Fury episode is that it felt like Casey's acting and the acting of the Megaforce Rangers were on 2 different wavelengths, and they didn't quite line up.
Because they were better?
It's something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it was just weird. It's like he was trying to act like he was doing some kind of a serious movie, and they were acting like they were in Power Rangers. So.
Yeah, but I will say, which kind of worked, because he was meant to be the more reserved martial arts master now who's going to teach him. It kind of worked to play it straight.
True.
I did like Samurai. Jaden gives him a little disc this size, and that results in their Megazord now getting the ability to summon a sword bigger than its body, like Monster Hunter style, which the sword did look awesome. It did look awesome. The second I summoned that, I was like, that's a big sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've done that. I also watched Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures, episodes 1 and 2. I rewatched them. Pretty fun. I did like that series. It's one of those series that when you watch it, it's parts of it bad, parts of it, but it's not offensive. That makes sense. It's not offensively bad. It's like, it's kind of fun. It's enjoyable. It's cool to sit down. It's weird seeing Pac-Man sort of hit on Pinky.
Hmm.
The pink female ghost.
Yeah.
Little weird. But it was still good, and yes, he has a Flash Thompson like bully. Fair enough. Mm-hmm. But like I said, that wasn't that bad.
Yeah. 2 things. Number 1, did you want to mention how the name of everything is Pac?
Well, I've mentioned that in the past, but yeah, he's called Pac-Man. The city's called, what was it, Pacopolis or something, and the world's called Pac-World. And yeah, And the enemy who betrayed them all is called Betrayers.
Yeah. I'm
However,
shocked.
I missed this in the first episode because it was like one little scene. They do explain why he's called Pac-Man.
Ah.
His name in school is Paxter.
Ah.
And when and at the end, the mayor steps out and goes, "You have saved not only Pacopolis, but Pac World. I hereby dub thee Pac-Man," and gives him a medal.
Nice.
It's
That's
a little
awesome.
weird because it's like, well, if you're going to do that, you might as well change his name from Paxter in the first place.
Yep.
I mean, good job he wasn't called Jackass, or otherwise he'd be called Jackman or something. What?
Yep.
That wouldn't work. But, well, it's a good job he wasn't named anything people name their Pokemon trainers.
Yeah.
I now dub thee Doucheman.
Mhm.
Cue a clip
Yep.
of James suing for gimmick infringement.
Ah.
But that was my weekly catch up. I mean, I've done other stuff, but that was just what I wanted to talk about. So over to Pew.
And the other thing I was going to ask, did you not also play the video game of that show, Mo?
I have been playing that, but I've talked about that enough on this one and XGR and stuff. I'm taking a little break from discussing that.
Okay, fair enough. Pew Pew,
It's
what did
still
you do this
pretty cool
week?
available now.
Okay. Pew Pew, what did you do this week?
On the weekend, I did buy Plants vs. Zombie, and I just played more a little while ago, so that's fun.
Look, Mo, right there. She has a sticker on the box, too.
That's because I just literally bought it. I'm going to take it off eventually, but literally I just bought it, like, less than, 24 hours ago.
Mo,
What?
just
If
moves.
it's less than 24 hours, I think you have an opportunity to, take it off.
You've let us all down, Stace. As I believe it was Rick there who was in the conversation with us when I mentioned it. True gamers take off their stickers the second they get home.
I just opened this, less than an hour ago. And the first thing I did was
You know
play
what?
it with you.
You know what? I'm going to allow this. Continue.
Okay.
You've let down a nation.
Good. They deserve to die. Everybody, if you want to do everybody a favor, just kill yourself. Save resources. Anyway.
Well, you are really bright at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, am I?
Yeah,
You
the
look
light
like-
is good.
You look like bright and it's almost like you're in heaven,
Yeah, bright and a little grainy.
which I don't think you'll ever go to heaven.
Now,
Oh,
well,
that's dark. Okay.
now you look like you're in the mole hole.
I'm bright right now.
I know, but for those of our fans who've been around a long time, they remember the original mole hole.
Is that better?
proof. Show me proof on our channel.
Anyway, well, that's just too bad. Oh.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Continue. Bright eyes,
You know what that grain
So-
looks like?
burning like fire.
You know what that grain looks like? She looks like she's in a 70s porno.
Which is perfectly matched to your mustache.
Exactly.
No. Okay. So,
That's
I've
somebody
been
order
watching.
pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
So-
also be
Hey, does anybody want to know what I did this week?
I would also be reminiscent I didn't mention who are you?
What do you mean? Who am I?
Well, if Superman taught us anything, if you've taken off your glasses, you're an entirely different character.
Oh, I'm
true.
a person whose ears hurt because of her headphones. And my glasses just make it worse.
Fair enough, you're alive. But yes, okay, what have you done this week?
Okay, so I've been watching Vampire Diaries, and I'm up to season 3, episode, what did I say, 14? And I like the originals. They're really cool. Man, they seem like really cool characters. I'm thinking I'm really interested in, yeah, don't spoil anything.
not
I
going
think, yeah. So Cole, he seems like a cool character, and man, I love Elijah. He's awesome. And this whole Klaus, frickin', oh my god, name not working. Klaus and what's her face? Blonde girl.
Rebecca?
No, not sister.
Caroline. The one who
Yes.
went to bang.
Yeah, what's up with them? Their relationship is so weird. It's like, ew, get the fuck out.
I like it though, because he's more nice and classy around her. Like he wants to give her paintings and culture and wants to benefit her. That's kind of cool.
it is really cool and it's really awesome to see like his like nice side, because it goes back and forth where you can have the guy who's gonna like rip out your sister's guts and like eat them in front of you or something, to the guy who wants to like paint a picture of you. Like, you know, it's just really interesting when he turns on his humanity, which is really cool, but I think he needs to find somebody else to latch it on. I would really like somebody else for him to latch it on so it can actually work, because if he like he deserves happiness, just find it, and you know, without making all this drama. Yeah, and Caroline's dad died. I was like, oh my god. Oh wait, spoiler alert, people.
If it helps, you will get new characters for Klaus to latch onto and become romantic leads for him when he gets his own spin-off.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you said
Called
season
Laverne,
5.
Shirley, and Klaus.
No, but you said the season 5 is the originals, I guess.
Season 5, I think it was season 5, which is just aired at the same time that's going on. The originals is going on, and they do cross over at certain points, so you'd want to watch both around the same time. Like sort of like Buffy and Angel, where you'd want to watch one episode of one of the other, or all of one and all of the other if you want to be that route.
Alright, I think they only have 4 seasons on Netflix, so I'll have to hold on that. It looks very...
Go to the library. You can rent the DVDs for free.
I know. If I'm going to go to the library, I'm going to get...
You live 2 feet from the damn Goshen Library.
No, I'm not. I'm really not close to anything. I mean, I'm 2 miles away from work, and I don't have a car yet. Well, hopefully I'll have a car soon, though, because my parents said that I can...
But aren't you like right near Main Street?
Kinda, sorta-ish. I'm like...
Are you near the government center?
I'm just going to say, don't give out her personal locations.
Yeah, I'm kind of near the post office. Like, I'm 3 miles away from the post office.
Okay, then you're still not that far. You can walk there.
Okay. I will say, you really want to avoid that Goshen Library. I've heard one of the workers there is a complete prick.
Okay, anyway, if I go to the library, I'm probably going to get comics, because I've always wanted to read more comics, but I don't have them, so...
Put some graphic novels. They're awesome.
Get Comic Technology and buy them digitally on Kindle, or go to a comic store and buy them.
Yeah, I'd rather go to the library and free and no money, and there you go.
It's not the same. It's not the same as owning something.
Yeah.
Well, if you stop by tomorrow night before 8 o'clock, I'll be there.
There's 2 reasons to avoid it.
Maybe.
Okay.
James,
the get a free ride. Only if I get a free ride back to my apartment, so I don't have to walk.
You can ride him like a Yoshi.
I would not want to make your mom jealous.
He said like a Yoshi. That wasn't a sexual reference. It was a video game reference. What the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah. I'm guessing she hasn't played Mario, yet she claims to be a Nintendo kid. Hang on.
I know.
Condescending Wonka pose. Oh, you don't know who Yoshi is? Please tell me again how you must totally buy all the Nintendo products.
Shut up. Anyway, so I'm like super psyched for Vampire Diaries, but also a thing that's been driving me crazy is ever since you told me that Alaric dies, every single fucking time that I think he's gonna die, he doesn't. He's like fake died like 7 times now. What the fuck? When is he really gonna die for reals? Like this
season.
Is ridiculous. Like
if it helps, he dies. If it helps, spoilers. He dies for reals this season, season 3.
Okay.
However, season 5, he gets better.
He gets better. But, like, ever since you told me that, like, literally, he's died, like, I swear, like, 6 times, like, in that one season, and then another...
I will also warn you, Series 5 of the Vampire Diaries, which is just aired here, it's probably the weakest series. It's not... It's good. It's not unwatchable. It's still good. It's Series 5 is sort of the weakest, which is to be expected as they sort of wrote the originals at the same time. So you thought one's going to suffer while they're trying to make the other one good, so people keep watching it.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, it looks
Which
pretty
team
awesome.
are you on?
Oh.
Which team are you on? Team Delana or Team Stelena?
Oh.
Delana or Stelena? Delana or Stelena?
Oh, I was on Team Let Elena Die, and
Incorrect.
Neither of her.
Incorrect. While I do want Elena to die, Team Delana is the only answer. Sorry,
Okay.
Stelena fans. Stelena.
Well, see, I don't really see that happening in actuality, even though I think they would be better for it. You know what?
It happens.
I'm for Team Klaus and whoever his romance person is. They work out. There you
It happens.
go. There you go.
Stelena
'Cause-
definitely happens.
'Cause I'm not into anybody's romance. I'm not into Tyler with Caroline. I'm not into Bonnie with nobody except Sadness, her best friend.
She has Jeremy.
Jeremy's in another city after he was compelled. He's like, oh, I can't wait to go to Chicago and have a brand new life and blah,
Okay,
blah,
okay.
blah.
Later on, she gets Jeremy.
Again. Okay, so, yeah. Oh my god, but seriously, her best friend is like, just all the sad emotions of the world. Like, life just fucking hates her.
Yeah, I've mentioned that before. I hate what they do to Bonnie. Every time Bonnie gets a tiny little bit of happiness, they take it away.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
I can't remember which series this is, so sorry if this spoils. She finally finds a biological mother.
oh yeah, she did, and then, like, she did, and then she was, she got turned into a vampire.
Yeah,
And
and
because
then
they
fucks
had to
off
break
again.
they had to make her not a witch, so they had to, you can't be a vampire and a witch at the same time.
Yeah, and then when
So-
she becomes a vampire again, she fucks off. She takes off again. It's like, oh, why poor Bonnie? Everything
Oh
that
my
happens
god,
to
she
Bonnie
does.
happens badly.
That's probably yeah.
It's like season 5, Bonnie becomes Bianca.
Okay, you know who I am team for? I'm for Team Elena and Matt. There you go.
Yeah, like I said, in series 5 stays,
Mhm.
Bonnie becomes Bianca, which is the gateway to the other side when people move on. Which means every time someone dies, like a vampire or a werewolf, they pass through Bonnie and she feels their entire life's pain at once.
Okay, why don't you just have a sign that says "fuck me here" and enter? Like,
Yeah, I said, why do you hate Bonnie? There's no reason. I mean, series 1 and 2, she got badass with those fucking witch powers and she did the whole against Klaus. That was amazing. And then they're like, okay, we made the badass. Now we're gonna rape her.
it's like we're
I'm
gonna
gonna ask
have
Jim.
like the anti-Willow. Everything you love about Willow, we're just gonna make all the sadness happen on this witch one. No happiness here.
Everything I loved about Willow, a lesbian.
No, but like everything, like I don't know. I feel like
kidding.
she was happy and like good stuff could happen to her occasionally, even though she got fucked over and tried to turn evil that one time. But
Yeah, that's because, as you may have noticed with the Vampire Diaries, one of the reasons it's one of my favourite shows is characters are not allowed to stay happy.
yeah, like
The second they're happy, it gets taken away, and I fucking love that.
although I'm evil, because I think in season 5 of Buffy, I just ate Buffy's pain like it was candy. I'm like, nom nom, your mommy died, sad face. You brought back and you want to die again? Ha ha ha, nom nom. It's good. And your depression? Nah, it's so tasty. I was so evil. I don't know why, but
You
Her
just
mother
mentioned
was
you just
delicious.
mentioned Buffy's mother,
yeah.
and again, earlier today you've mentioned Jim's mother like 3 times. Is it possible you have some sort of parental issues you want to work through, like you're a walking Greek tragedy that wants to fuck her mother?
I would say they may or may not have complexes, but that specifically is not one of them.
If you think it is below, please tweet us with the hashtag StaceyOmEver.
No,
Indeed.
but I don't know. Everybody I don't care about the relationships. Matt seems like the most interesting person right now, which is terrible. And Caroline's awesome. There you go.
Caroline's awesome. My favorite is still Damon.
He's cool.
Damon's awesome. So what else have you done this week?
I checked my credit score and found out how to get car insurance and a car. There you go. That's pretty much what I did this weekend.
Your life saddens me. But fair enough, and back to our lovely hostess.
Yeah.
With the mostess.
I knew you were going to say that at least once.
I was giving you a compliment, Jim. Okay, fine, you're our lovely hostess who's not the mostess.
Oh shit, that was scary and really loud.
Anyway, that's about it for Around the Pound. Thank you two for joining me. And
Whoa. Something's happening here. I think he's back. Oh, Mr. Honor. No, that's completely offensive and wrong. Look, and I will point out, racism's not cool. We only did that because he's our friend. Hi, Marky.
Yeah.
well, hopefully Marcus Shaw will be back with us for next week's WXR and Around the Pound, so we will see you next weekend for that. For Anastasia Laser Beam and Chris the Mole, I've been James Phoenix. We'll see you next time.
God
Peace.
keep you.
Laters.
I said Anastasia.
Yeah.
In which case, I'll
Peace.
say.